Kendrick Lamar recently dropped a song that many believe has practically killed Drake's career. The song, called Not Like Us, rapidly became the quickest hip hop music in history to surpass 300 million Spotify streams. It also peaked at number one on the Billboard Hot 100 and received over 20 million views on YouTube on its first day of release. However, this song is simply the latest installment in a long running spat between the two artists that extends back to the 2010s. Kendrick Lamar's relationship with Drake was not always acrimonious. In truth, they were previously close friends in the music industry, collaborating on albums, traveling together, and supporting one another as they rose to public fame. However, as both artists rose through the ranks, their companionship evolved into animosity. Kendrick Lamar grew raised in Compton, exposed to tough realities from a young age. His father, Kennedy Duckworth, was a former gang member, and his mother, Paula Oliver, worked a variety of jobs, including McDonald's, to support the family. Kendrick was only 5 years old when he witnessed his first murder outside his apartment during the 1992 Los Angeles riots, an experience that had a lasting impact on him. Drake had a very privileged upbringing in Toronto, with his father, Dennis Graham, a musician, and his mother, Sandra Graham, an English teacher and florist. This dramatic gap in their origins would eventually play a crucial part in their poetic conflicts. Their working partnership started in earnest in 2011. Drake was already on his way to becoming a famous hip hop artist at the time, thanks to the success of his mixtape, So Far Gone, and first studio album, Thank Me Later, which included singles like Best I Ever Had, Over, and Fancy. Kendrick, on the other hand, was still a rising star with a sizable fan base in Los Angeles, but no national exposure. On July 2nd, 2011, Kendrick's debut album, Section 80, was released, marking a watershed moment in his career. The record gained critical acclaim and helped him reach a larger audience. Interestingly, Drake was among the first individuals to hear Section 80. After performing a gig in Toronto, Kendrick met Drake, who was working on his own record. They hit right away, and Drake showed Kendrick genuine support, praising his work and urging him to keep going. Following this, Drake included Kendrick on his second album, Take Care, which was released on November 15th, 2011. Kendrick appeared on the single Buried Alive Interlude, which helped to cement their business bond. The mutual admiration between the two musicians increased as both achieved fame and success in their own professions. Drake even invited Kendrick to join his Club Paradise tour in 2012, alongside a Dollar Rocky. This tour was a huge opportunity for Kendrick to reach a larger audience and boost his standing in the hip hop community. However, the roots of their animosity were planted in 2013 when Kendrick appeared on Big Sean's song Control. In his verse, Kendrick addressed various musicians by name, including Drake, confronting them and establishing his rap domination. While some musicians interpreted it as friendly rivalry, Drake regarded it as a clear diss. Drake stated in an interview that he no longer wanted to collaborate with Kendrick, kicking off their public rivalry. Over the next few years, both musicians poked fun at each other in their music and interviews, but the intensity of the animosity appeared to fade over time. Many fans assumed the dispute was ended because neither Kendrick nor Drake appeared to be actively addressing each other in their recent works. However, things took an intriguing turn in October 2023 when Drake released the song First Person Shooter with J. Cole. In this song, J. Cole unintentionally renewed the dispute by addressing Kendrick in a way that Kendrick deemed disrespectful. Kendrick, who is known for his competitive temperament and passion to his profession, was not pleased to be labeled as one of the big three alongside J. Cole and Drake. He retaliated by dissing Drake on Future and Metro Boomin's song Like That, claiming that it was just me in response to J. Cole's statement regarding the big three. J. Cole instantly understood the potential consequences and apologized to Kendrick on stage before deleting his diss recordings from all streaming platforms. Despite J. Cole's attempts to de-escalate the situation, Drake persisted in pushing the beef. He created a number of diss tracks, including Push Up, in which he used artificial intelligence to incorporate the voices of Tupac and Snoop Dogg, two of Kendrick's influences. This decision backfired when the Tupac estate threatened to sue Drake for utilizing the late rapper's voice without permission. Snoop Dogg, unaware that his voice had been synthesized by artificial intelligence, joked about his disbelief. Kendrick's answer was quick and harsh. On April 30, he released Euphoria, a roughly 6.5-minute tune in which he leveled a series of claims against Drake. He criticized Drake's rap talents, usage of AI in music, attractiveness, racial identity, and parenting. But Kendrick wasn't finished. He followed up with another tune, 616 in LA, in which he criticized Drake's company, OVO, and accused Drake of being a fake bully. The ultimate blow arrived with the release of Meet the Grahams, a song in which Kendrick addressed Drake's family, especially his son Adonis. Kendrick opened the song by apologizing to Adonis for having Drake as a father and accusing him of being a negligent dad. Kendrick went on to allege that Drake had a secret daughter, which shocked the hip-hop community. Drake attempted to respond with Family Matters, a music video and nearly 8-minute song in which he addressed Kendrick's allegations and defended his image. However, many fans thought Drake's response was too little, too late. Kendrick's unrelenting and thought-provoking criticism had already caused significant damage. In the days that followed, Kendrick released Not Like Us, which many believe finally ruined Drake's reputation. In this song, Kendrick accused Drake of being a certified pedophile, referring to reports that Drake was grooming underage girls. These claims gathered steam, particularly after Millie Bobby Brown, the star of Stranger Things, stated in an interview that she and Drake corresponded frequently and that Drake had offered her advice on males. This admission fanned suspicion and harmed Drake's reputation even more. As the feud progressed, it became evident that Drake was unable to keep up with Kendrick's constant attacks. Despite releasing many tunes in an attempt to regain control of the narrative, Drake became increasingly defensive. Kendrick's words were crisp and uncompromising, giving Drake little room to maneuver. Drake's final attempt to save his career occurred with the release of The Heart Part 6. In this tune, he attempted to counter Kendrick's falsehoods about having a secret daughter and explain his conduct. However, by this point, many fans believed Drake's efforts had been in vain. Drake's reputation had already suffered as a result of Kendrick's disses, and it appeared like he would struggle to recover. The consequences from this feud divided the hip-hop community. Some admirers praised Drake's efforts to defend himself and thought he fought well. Others, however, felt that Kendrick's replies were too overwhelming and that Drake was outmatched from the start. Kendrick's disses were so powerful that some listeners reported feeling physically ill after hearing Meet the Grahams. Finally, Drake, like other artists previously targeted by Kendrick, had multiple opportunities to withdraw from the fight. However, his persistence and resolve to respond to Kendrick's provocations eventually led to his demise. Kendrick Lamar's lyrical prowess and brazen approach became too much for Drake to take, resulting in a watershed event in hip-hop history. The conflict between Kendrick Lamar and Drake serves as a reminder of hip-hop's competitive nature and the power of words. It demonstrates how personal and professional conflicts may intensify, as well as the consequences for the artist's careers and reputations. For Kendrick, this feud cemented his reputation as one of the most fearsome rappers of his generation. Drake learned a tough lesson about the perils of underestimating an opponent. As both artists move forward, it's unclear how this feud would affect their future careers. Kendrick has proved his capacity to dominate the rap game via sheer talent and perseverance. But Drake will have to deal with the fallout from this public feud and struggle to recover his reputation. One thing is certain, the Kendrick Lamar versus Drake fight will go down as one of the most fierce and impactful in hip-hop history.